Hello, my name is Brennan Hahn, and today I'm going to be talking about cover crops and cattle and agronomy production and how they can benefit one another. How many of you have done cover crops or planted cover crops? A few of you. Cover crop, oh, a lot of you. Some people that may have not been around cover crops maybe want to know what they're used for. Cover crops are to help soil erosion, soil fertility, soil quality, weeds, pests, diseases, and biodiversity. The main reason for a lot of people in this area for cover crops on some hillier ground is to help with the erosion and not having to go out every year to fix ditches or washouts. Before we go too far into this, cover crops, main ones in this area are rye, barley, clovers, alfalfa, radishes, and turnips. We personally usually do about 14 to 1,500 acres of rye every year. We chop it off and use it for cattle feed. This year, as you can see on the table, I have a sample of rye off of my home quarter that I'll be trying to do a little bit of fall grazing this year before the winter hits, since I didn't have time to go out to stocks. Next, over the years, soil erodes and washes away, and it seems as if you never get anything back into the soil without having to put on fertilizer or something along those lines. I'll be discussing different ways to utilize cover crops on one's operation and how you could use it in a diversified setting with cattle and agronomy to benefit both ways and not just to help one or the other. Cover crops, they're more than just a tool to build soil structure. Cover crops, it's great for grazing, rotational grazing. They're a little farther out west. A lot of people do rotational grazing or grazing with cover crops. Not as many do it around here from what I've seen in my local area. Now that you have cover crops on your operation and you have livestock, with livestock comes manure. Manure management is very important when having livestock. That manure, you can use it in so many different settings. The one key though with manure management is to not over apply on one certain field over the years. You can get a high phosphorus rating of the soil and may have to try to reverse that to slow down the amount of phosphorus in the soil. I have a quick video on manure spreading, and just a quick 45-second clip. Some people don't know what it is, so I figured I'd pull up a clip real fast. Another thing with manure is high in nitrogen. 1 ton of manure has approximately 12 pounds of nitrogen in it. 25% of that is immediately available to the plant. And the organic matter, it improves water infiltration in the soil and reduces runoff and erosion, just such as cover crops. Us personally, we usually do the same field every 2 years. We'll go out and spread manure depending on soil type and soil test. We spread ours a little bit thicker than that, and we have a lot more manure all the way to get rid of. The other thing with rye that I forgot to mention, in this sample, as you can see how far the roots have gone down. This was planted 3 months ago, and we ran a pivot on it once just to get it up and going. We have dug up some places where it was out for about 5 months, and it was down anywhere from 17 to 30 inches. The biggest benefit that I wanted to hit on with all of this is taking the two and combining them together into one operation. A lot of people, yeah, it's hard work and it takes up more time than what you may have, but when crop prices are soaring, usually cattle are in the bottom, and when cattle are up high in the markets, usually grain prices are lower, and that can be a good benefit to your operation for the simple fact that when those grain prices are low, it's a cheap source of feed, for one, and two, selling those calves or those fat cows at a higher price, it can help with a little bit of cash flow on the agronomy side of it. It's just all kind of good as one to go together. And I think that is all I have.